Hey guys, it's Joel from guntoter.org. Welcome back to the channel. I apologize that it's been a while since I've actually put together a video. Life kind of got in the way with some stuff, but we're back and we are going to be kicking off our series on radio pouches for the Baofeng UV-5R radio, or in this case it's the BF-FHP. So it's a UV-5R style radio with an extended battery pack. The radio is extremely popular with everyone from airsofters to preppers to prepared citizens, and so I kind of thought that, you know, if we could talk a little bit about purpose designed pouches for that radio, kind of give you guys some options and kind of my thoughts on them. And today we're going to start off with the Tactical Tailor enhanced Baofeng radio pouch. So before we kick off with this, I will say if you could go down in the corner, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the alerts. And also we do have a Patreon page if you'd like to check that out. That'll be down in the comments. Okay, so a little bit about the Tactical Tailor pouch. As you can see, I've got it mollied in on my side here. And it is a heavier duty pouch, which I think is a positive thing, because if you look at the UV-5R, it is not, let's say it's not the most rugged. It's a very inexpensive, it's a great starting point radio. It is not the most rugged radio that you're going to be able to get. So having a heavy duty pouch to protect it, in my opinion, is a very good thing. It's got a couple of key points that I really like about it. One, like I said, it's heavy duty. All the external wear surfaces on it are actually webbing. They're not Cordura, they're actually webbing. So if you were to get down and have to crawl or do something along those lines, all the external wear surfaces that are going to be getting drug along the ground are going to be webbing. So a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier. It has dual closure, which is awesome. It has a hook and loop strip that you can kind of slap it closed, and it'll hold it, you know, briefly if you're having to work on like a map or something. And then it has a side release buckle. That's the more permanent form of retention. It also has a nice clear panel on the inside so that you can flip it out, get to all your buttons, see your controls, see your displays, and work the radio without ever having to take it out of the pouch. And it folds directly out. So that you can, as you're sitting there, you can just pop it out, look down at it. You don't have to remove it. You don't have to worry about accidentally hitting buttons that you're not looking for. And that's really, I think, a nice thing. When I used to carry the military radios, that's exactly what I would look for, because as I was having to, you know, troubleshoot radios or work with them, that ability to just kind of fold out and instantly access is really important. And I like that Tactical Tailor took that over into the civilian side with the with this pouch for the Baofeng. Now, while I really like a lot of things about this radio, there's a couple things, or about this radio pouch, there's a couple things that you should probably keep in mind. One, it is heavier duty, so if you're looking for a super lightweight pouch, this isn't your pouch. But if you're looking for a pouch that's going to protect it, I think you got a pretty good option here. If you are looking for a slimline pouch, also not your pouch. As you can see, this does take up 2 full columns of MOLLE, so it is a big pouch. So if you've got, you know, kit limitations, you need a small pouch to shove the radio in, probably not your pouch. Very rugged, and as a result of that ruggedness, it's large and it's heavier than some of the other options. But it's not crazy heavy. If weight is really your consideration, you've probably got somewhere else you can cut weight other than your radio pouch. So just kind of keep that in mind. One slight complaint is that there is no real retention to keep the radio inside the pouch itself once the closure is undone. So once you pop it out, if you were to let it go and that radio were to, and the pouch were to fully extend, because it will fully extend and hang directly towards the ground, if that were to happen, you would not have a way to keep the radio inside the pouch if it's just the radio. And it will not stay in there very long under vigorous physical activity, nor will the hook and loop that you can use kind of as a temporary closure, that will not hold on very long under vigorous activity either. I took it out, tried it a little bit. It'll work like if you're if you need to quick close and then work something and then take the time to do the side release. But if you just try to quick close it and then run, it's probably not going to work out for you. So I would really love it if they actually had a secondary retention for the radio itself. They have a secondary closure with the side release. I really like that, but I wish they had a secondary retention to actually keep the radio in the pouch itself. Now, with that said, one thing to think about is if you are running like a microphone, or if you have a radio, an antenna extension, put the radio on your back, those are going to be wires that are going to be kind of hooked into your MOLLE. So, realistically, if you have that set up and the pouch were to fully extend, it's probably not going to fall out because those wires are going to help keep it in. This is more a fear if you just have the radio itself and it's just shoved in there with no other wires or anything else attached to it. So it's not a huge risk, but it's something to keep in mind when you're setting everything up and you're looking at possible options. There is no secondary retention to keep the radio within the pouch itself. With that being said, I think Tactical Tailor did an awesome job. When you look at this pouch, you can tell that they definitely took straight from their military grade pouches and moved it over. This isn't like some secondary pouch that they're like, oh, this is for civilians, it doesn't matter, we'll just put together whatever. This is pretty much the exact same pouch that they would build for a military radio, and I think that's pretty awesome. So it is durable, it's heavy duty, it's got a lot of cool features, especially the fold out and the fact that it's got some protection on your buttons, because the UV-5R is not waterproof. So if you have this out in the rain and you've got it folded out and there's water hitting it, or if you're sweating or whatever, having that cover is kind of nice to have on there. So lots of cool features. I think it's a really good option for you to look at, and it's not super expensive as far as mil-spec pouches go. So hope this was useful for you. If it was, like I said earlier, down in the corner, like, subscribe, hit the notifications button. We also do have a Patreon page which helps buy all this equipment that I review for you. I do not get any of this for free. I do buy it, and I buy it so that you know that I'm not being given free stuff in exchange for reviews. I am buying stuff, I'm putting some thought into it, and I'm trying to review things that I think will be useful for you as you're trying to consider what to set up for your kit. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.